Jumping.
Oh. On your what?
Jumping.
What's a jumper?
Sweater.
Sorry, my sweater.
Are you listening? Damn. Yeah.
Hey guys, my name is Seth, and this is the OpTic topic. Holy shit, did you see that league game against FlyQuest? Overwatch gets revenge against Spitfire. Bunch of shit going down. We're gonna talk all about that and more on this episode of the OpTic topic. Ben and Jordan are here. What's up, guys?
What's up?
All
The
right.
main man is back in town.
All right. So we're gonna go in order loosely of what happened since then. Obviously, some bigger things have happened. So we're gonna start with Halo. And so last time we were predicting what we think. I was the one that said that they might not win because they had trouble with Splice before. And, but I still thought they had a better chance than not of winning. Ended up, they placed second in the 2K before that, and then they placed second again. And it just is in a slump, kind of, because before we were looking at it, and I used to say, I wish we didn't win so much, because it's not even close. I take that back completely. Absolutely. Because, yeah, I hate
I won
losing,
champs.
dude. Oh,
Wow.
Weren't you super tilted by that?
super tilted? Not really. Not as much as like
I felt like you were pretty tilted.
about Halo.
Yeah.
Not too bad, but
Okay.
I was not as tilted as I was when like Houston lost to Spitfire the one time, or when COD lost to,
you were real tilted.
or when COD lost to Era.
Oh, that was bad, dude. But we'll get to that later.
Yeah, we'll get there. But the thing with that is that I'm still confident. Because, like, now that they know that we might be in second place, it's kind of hard. Like, you guys ever, like, try studying for an exam when you think you're doing well in the class? Like, it's hard to, like, get motivation to, like, do something if you're already doing well.
Yeah, that's a good example.
Yeah. Like, you know you're doing fine in the class, so it's hard to get motivation to actually, like, learn or, you know, so if you're the best team for years, it's hard. So we just have to, like, wait for the next one. If they lose again, then we can say, okay, they're not the best team. I mean, as of right now, you could probably say they're not, but I still think they're obviously up there to win any game. Like, but yeah, like, we just have to wait. It's the same thing with the Garrus team. They lose an event, but we're confident they're gonna come back hot the next time.
Yeah, definitely.
But Ben, you want to hit us with the transition because I know you're king of those.
So the Halo team haven't been winning much, but neither of the PUBG team.
Because they came second.
Yeah.
They actually have been winning because they won 2 games.
Yeah, but then again, they haven't been winning because they lost 6 games. Didn't lose, but you know.
They didn't come first, which is
which is a loss.
But let's be real here. They played so well.
Yeah.
But they needed to close it out on day 2.
I was surprised. I thought I was gonna be watching like another team win it. Well, I did, but as in like I thought I was gonna
be watching what happened.
Yeah,
I did.
I thought I was gonna be watching like other teams in the top 5. I didn't think we'd get top 5 because like I've not watched the PUBG team in a while. I know I saw them in Korea.
And we've had like a roller
solos.
coaster with them, you know.
Yeah. I thought they'd do well in the solo. I saw them in Korea do well in the solos, and then they stomped the online leagues while they were there. So it was kind of a surprise when I saw them win 2 on the first day. Like it was insane.
It was good.
Now the thing that I was confused about is because like, how many games were played total?
8.
8.
8.
Yeah, 8. And because I remember like the first event I saw, like I mean maybe because they had like different ones, they had like one player games too. But how much is each kill? I know
10.
it's like almost nothing, and I think that's kind of I don't know, because like this has been a debate from the beginning. But like we got so many kills, especially I woke up late this morning. I wasn't able to watch it. How many kills did they get the last game? Something insane.
12. Yeah.
But the other team won on kills. Like literally, I think the game they won, they got 16 kills.
Oh my
Including
goodness.
wiping out all of us in that second to last game.
Yeah, but did they
Like,
play? Didn't they place like 16th in one too?
Yeah, they played 16th in once,
In the
but it
first
shows,
one, I think, right?
yeah, it shows you how well they played like in the other games. Like they literally won on kills. Like I
Mhm.
think there was 70 points between us. So if we hadn't have got killed by them in the second to last game, and then placed second in the last game instead of third, we would have won the event.
Mhm.
Same with if we'd placed second, killed a phase guy and the guy in second, because there was two like right next to each other. But 17 was outside the gas as it came in. But if they'd killed that guy up there and that guy there, then we'd have won the event. But anyway, there's a lot of ifs and buts, but they played insane.
That's
Like
PUBG for you.
For the second
Yeah.
international LAN, that was amazing.
I was super happy. So, like, what do you guys think of like the spectator experience doing it?
I don't know.
I feel like
I,
I saw a bit here or then. I feel like it did improve, but like until you get down to like the last teams, it's really all like it's really good when you get down to the last teams because it's like, oh, these like 3 or 4 teams are like all approaching each other and like going at it. But like when like all of them are there, like it's a bit of a struggle. But it is better that there's like less teams. That does
Yeah.
help a lot. Like instead of like how many is the usual Fortnite game? I mean, no.
I think
Oh wow.
I think at first they had 25 teams at one tournament, so there was
Okay.
100 players or like 80 players or something.
Yeah, and so
But
that was good. Do you know
less
how
is
the
more.
yeah? Do you know how the viewership was?
I think can't remember quite exactly. I know they had more than COD because someone said about that.
Cards
So-
are dying.
Oh, that's not hard.
Card is dying. And I don't
No,
know why.
I know. I woke up this morning like at 1 o'clock almost, and I know the last game had just ended, and the viewership I know was like it wasn't like a lot of like the bigger esports when they're in their championship game or like when there's a final going on, they like go up to number 1. They were like 6th or 7th still.
Who card?
No, the PUBG.
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Right.
I don't think there was anything else on.
yeah. There was the CS on, but that was the third place match, and then there was the women's CS on, but
The what?
women's CS on, but that usually doesn't get as much viewership.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah. So I mean,
Go
I'm
on.
just hoping it'll grow and be better. But like at this
Yeah.
point, they just need to
mean-
improve the spectator experience.
I
want-
definitely think with less teams it's better because you can get more of a storyline. You know, I reckon 12 teams would be quite interesting to see how that panned out. Because, you know, you got like 4 less teams, which is like 16 less players. And you had 4 teams that constantly came like bottom or like top outside the top 10. And if they weren't there, like it might have been a bit more interesting, like
Yeah.
spectator wise, but yeah.
Definitely. And I hear that like the interface itself, like the information that you get given isn't that good really. And like they could have better like info wise.
I noticed it's improved from last time because they
That's
start
good.
to have more like you know stats of like in the bottom right of like health and stuff. But yeah, we'll see. We'll see how that advances. Also, since the last time we've had the showdown week 3, where they placed 7th in the league currently.
Not
Game 1
great.
they came. No, not amazing, but this week that week they came 2nd in game 1, 6th in game 2, 11th in game 3, then 10th in game 4, and then in the Zoom week 4 thing online league they came 15th in game 1, 11th in game 2, 4th in game 3, and 11th in game 4. So not amazing, but you know it's online league, so
See,
it doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
I
for
find
sure.
that so weird. Like that's one of the reasons why. I mean, I guess that's why they have like so many games, right? Because you're trying to find the best out of the average amount. But the fact that a team could place like 16th one game and 4th the next, and like I don't know, because like if you had the best team in like League of Legends, you know what I mean? They're not going to lose and come in like 16th place in a tournament. If they do, like there was like some serious issues, but it's just like PUBG, how it goes.
TSM, sorry, continue.
But yeah, I
there's
think
so
there's more randomness to PUBG.
Exactly.
Going on that point, like the circle. I know one game we got absolutely destroyed by the circle, because we were towards the north and it went towards the like middle, but there was more teams towards us because of the drop spawn thing. And yeah, you can like get around that by positioning, but there's a lot more to it because you don't know what loot you're gonna have. You don't know
Yeah.
what like. There's so many different scenarios, and I don't think you can train. It is literally about like who's got a better aim, who's got a better game sense.
Yeah, and like that's difficult. There's not enough really depth to the mechanics of the game. It's kind of like Call of Duty. That's why falling off more and more. It's because the depth of the mechanics aren't good enough to have one team rule every other team, and we've seen that more and more. That like OpTic isn't on top 24/7 now because like any team like can beat like any other team often. Well, if you look at something like League of Legends, there's so much going on and so many mechanics to keep track of that a really, really good team will continue to win, like SKT in 2015 and 2016. Samsung Galaxy played really well in the second half of last year. And TSM played well in spring and summer split and then choked at Worlds. I mean, all these things.
So, are you saying that you think viewership does better in an esport where one team
the stability.
one team is clearly the best?
I'm not saying one team has to be the best. I'm saying there's stability and there's more ability to outplay the other team consistently. You know, because a lot of people don't like watching a sport that like or like an esport where like your team could be doing great and then get screwed over by something that's like kind of out of their like true control, you know, or like something that they couldn't have easily planned for. So like in League of Legends, like it's easier to be consistent and like it's better to have like consistent results in an esport because it makes it easier to track a team, you know, and like that's just how I feel personally. Like I'd rather like OpTic like go into games like kind of like understanding OpTic, our weaknesses and our strengths, and knowing that we're not just gonna win on a fluke. You know, that if we win, it's more that we did something right. Like we can draw dragons or like stuff like that. But that's just how I feel.
Yeah, good point. Good point. I'd bring more stuff about that, but then that would be getting into talking more about COD. Yeah, but but Jordan, if you want to talk more about some of the league stuff that happened.
On to League. What an exciting week we had. Recall come out this week, but we'll get into that in just a minute. So just quickly talk about the results that came up. We had played 4 games since we last were on the podcast. Every 2 weeks we do the podcast, so 4 games in between. OpTic played Golden Guardians, FlyQuest, Golden Guardians, TSM. We beat Golden Guardians twice. Lost so close to FlyQuest, and then we got absolutely demolished by TSM. Also, so Recall came out this week. They came out with an announcement. They were like, hey, DOTA, our academy, we've been looking at our top and we've been realizing that our top lane is really like not where we want it to be, and we've been looking at our options. So we've decided to bring DOTA up from our academy team and test the waters with him. We won with him against Golden Guardians, and then we played it with him against TSM. He actually didn't do so bad early on, but when it hit like 10, 15 minutes in, he started to really fall behind. But he's a young player. I just want to hear what you guys have to say first, and then I'll kind of like say what I think about him. So what do you guys think about like bringing up DOTA and like how he's been performing?
Well, I think I found it interesting because in Recall, they said that they're going to like alternate the 2 matches that they had when they first played with him when they first originally brought him on, and so then he played 2 in a row, and I guess it might be because like you beat Golden Guardians, but Golden Guardians obviously there's issues on that team. They're sitting at the bottom of the league now.
2-9, yeah, probably 2-10 today.
Yeah, but they're sitting at the bottom of the league, so there's only so much you can see from a player from there. And then TSM is, I think, a much better team than us, so it's kind of hard. So I think they said that they're going to be sitting with a 6-man roster, so I think it'd be good to test out both of them every couple games, see who really is the most consistent one. From what I saw, DOTA looks pretty good. You know what I mean? I'm probably judging Zig a little harder.
Yeah,
just because we lost a couple hard games, especially.
And we gave Zig a long time though. We did give him a long time.
Yeah,
like we gave him time to show that he's good enough. And
what's a record?
Really do that.
What's a record now?
Our record is currently 4-8.
4-8. 4 and 8.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So that's 12 games. Yeah.
We're
Which isn't
tied for
too
7th
bad,
with
but
FlyQuest, depending how FlyQuest do this next
And
game.
you know, if we beat FlyQuest, Jordan, you want to talk a little bit about that FlyQuest game actually?
Yeah, sure. So, last weekend on Sunday, we played FlyQuest, and we were kind of getting smacked around a bit in the early game. We managed to like stall out the game, and we get a massive team fight that goes in our favor with everyone up, and we push all the way down the mid. We take mid turrets, we take the inhibitor, we start to take into their base, and it was basically a race. They had three people up, and we had 5 up, and we were kind of indecisive, and a fight ensues pretty much. We got 2 of their turrets down. We were on to the Nexus turret. A fight ensues after their other 2 champions res back up. And we get about 2 or 3 hits away from killing the Nexus, and we get wiped. And they run it
that's so bad.
down, and we lost.
No.
Now, we didn't have that much hope in the game, but once we did that, and once you're that close, it was painful, man. Like, and it was misplayed. Even Zig misplayed it slightly with his, I think his ulti. And honestly, I think we just were indecisive. We made a couple run calls. Like, we needed to commit more to something and be like, okay, there's 3 players up. Either jump on the 3 players and like just 100% go for it, or literally just jump on the towers and start destroying them.
Yeah.
And then everyone just jump on the turret. And if people go down, then people go down. But we have to like kind of try and get this, and it didn't work out, and we lost, and it was pain. Like, I honestly felt so bad after that game.
I was so happy. Like, it was one of the craziest comebacks. It still is one of the craziest comebacks I've seen. But then we lost, and just like knowing that your team was like right there, they're right there. You know, like that comes into like the technical skill. Like if they were probably like 2 autos away from getting that Nexus, coming back from that, like how they were able to hold on. I mean, like you said, it was indecisive. Even if they were just to like pull out, you know what I mean? Or if they were, like you said, all just jump on the fires. Shut up, dude.
Continue.
Or just jump on the players. If they do one thing, like they still had the Baron buff for a couple minutes.
Mhm.
They had the game there. They just a couple technical things in there that were like user issues that lost them the game. And now it's coming to the playoff picture, and I don't expect much from the playoffs, but we could be in a better position if we would have won that game.
Yeah, if we won that game, then we're sitting at 5 and 6, 7, 5 and 7. Yeah,
Yeah.
5 and 7, and if we're win off, tied for playoffs. So.
And what was that?
5 and
If we-
7 tied for playoff.
Yeah, if like we had won that game, we'd be 1 win away from being tied for playoffs, you know? So
Yeah.
if TSM ended up losing one, or 100 Thieves. And I believe eventually one of them will.
Yeah.
Especially 100 Thieves, they've been looking shaky.
Who we also lost to in a very close game as well.
Consistency.
But then going on to another franchise league, we have Overwatch, who started up their second. I feel like even if I do a good transition, you guys are gonna laugh regardless.
No, it's pretty good. Pretty good.
No, that was good. Yeah, that was great.
But we had Overwatch going into their stage 2 of season 1 of the Overwatch League. And if you guys remember back to the end of stage 1, we ended up playing Spitfire and London that last day. And the first 2 matches of this, we played.
Did you say London?
I know. I was just about to correct myself. Boston and Spitfire. And then we played Boston in our first match again, and then Spitfire again. And so we were able to beat Boston.
Spitfires were our first game.
What?
You said that Boston was our first game. Spitfires was our first game.
Wasn't it? I
Yeah.
thought...
We played Spitfires, and we won 3-1, and then we played Boston.
Oh, I guess we did. I just know I watched both, and I don't know which order it was. But, with Boston, we played that. I think it was a 4-0, and which was pretty good.
Yeah, it was. My bad.
There are a couple close matches in there, but it's a lot more convincing than at the end of stage 1, which is good because that's improving. And the thing that happened is we actually played everybody but Mendo, which I'm waiting for them to just free Mendo.
I'm waiting for the day.
But yeah, so they had
Mendo. He's hilarious.
The meta has changed with some of the heroes and the maps. So we had Spree, who Zarya wasn't really in the meta. He came in, phenomenal. He really showed up in the first match. We had Boink hasn't really played in like the second half of stage 1. He came in as a meta changed. I believe Clockwork played a game. Everyone except Mendo played a game in that series, and a couple against Spitfire too. And then we obviously we beat Boston. And we went up against Spitfire, and we were sitting 1-1 against them at this point because we beat them in the regular season. And they're also the stage 1 champs, and we were able to go in there, and a lot of the maps were pretty convincing. I think we actually took the control off them. I'm pretty sure we did, which is pretty good because like that's what we struggle with. But we're putting in different players, and the meta has changed, and we look fucking scary, dude. Like we look really good, and we're definitely in the top 3. I think most people would say we're probably the top 3 teams up there with NYXL and London. Maybe as the standings say, we're in second right now, so that's looking good. And I will not say that I don't want them to win because right now I'm getting kind of feels from like old NA CS roster type of feels. I think they do a lot of good content with the Houston YouTube page. How they're showing the players on there.
Channel. Sorry.
They're both correct. Shut up, Ben. Yeah, but on their channel, the content they put out, how they talk about, I really like the press conferences. I listen to them every night afterwards. Gives a little idea. Just put them out there, and like I feel connected to them, and they're doing super well. And all the players are playing besides Mendo. But I mean, like I'm really psyched for the rest of the stage 2 and the rest of season 1. We also got this week the Academy team announced, and Fact Fiction came on board, which I'm actually really excited for because if I know a lot of people watched the World Cup that was a couple months ago before the Overwatch League started. At that point, actually, they another thing they have like the Owl's Nest with ZP, who used to be like a Overwatch League like an analyst or whatever. Or not Overwatch League, but like an Overwatch analyst. And he had an interview with Fact Fiction, and like he said during the during the World Cup, they actually knew that they were going to be on Outlaws. Who was it? Jake, Ruckus, and I forget who the other one was on there. I want to say a Clockwork, but maybe it was Cool Matt. But
I think it's Cool Matt actually.
But then we actually got and then we got Fact Fiction was on there as an off tank too, and so we got him on board, and so like we held our own against the Korean team, and I'm like, oh dude, like we got like half of the Overwatch World Cup team, and I was thinking now we got 4, but honestly I think even without him, like our team is better than that team, and we're beating the Koreans consistent. Well, not 2 out of 3 times that we played at London. We're holding on. It looks super promising, and I don't know because Overwatch looks like it's going to be a tier 1 esport. People are saying. What do you guys think about that? Do you think Overwatch could be considered tier 1 now?
Now I would say you got to give it time anyway, but like I'm proving that it probably will be. But I think to be tier 1, at least give it a year. You know, at least working and just make sure how it really holds up. But as far as like our team goes, I'm super like stoked that we start out 2-0 instead of 0-2 this time. So I'll take everything I can get. I'm just happy because we definitely came into this week with like a difficult schedule. Even like the whole first part of the season, we're gonna have a pretty difficult schedule, and it sucks. The only team we don't play is the Dallas Fuel. But speaking on them, I feel like they've kind of turned around their team with the like pickups and everything. So that's gonna be interesting to see how they do as well.
Yeah, do you know what the record is off the top of your head, or this stage?
Dallas Fuel 2-0 with 2-0. Philadelphia's 2-0. New York XL and Spitfire both 1-1.
Yeah,
so
Philly looks
pretty wild.
Philly looks scary. They look like contenders, and which makes you feel better because they beat us the one time. So it gives us reason.
They were not good when we.
Yeah. They were also the only team to beat NYXL in stage 1. So
maybe they just have like NYXL's number. Like they just play well against them.
The
I,
coach.
I,
Thank you, Tyrone.
I wish we had their number. Tyrone is great though, honestly.
Tyron
Like,
is fantastic.
dude, he's great. Except that one tweet. But besides that, everything's good.
Let's
You got-
ignore that. Pretend that didn't happen.
All right, and
What
then
tweet?
exactly. Ben, hit us with a quick transition.
Well, I mean, it's your topic, but sure. Fuck. I don't know. You put me in the spot.
Okay, well, Dota. No, COD.
No,
Sorry.
COD.
Well, onto COD.
Okay.
Sorry.
No,
Everyone
never mind.
listening
Never mind.
know
Okay.
what happened. That was a struggle. What just happened there? So onto COD. Seth, tell us about COD.
COD is a first-person shooter. Now,
Doing a Thorn intro.
in the COD World League or whatever, this week we played against Era, Mindfreak, TK. Since last time, was it just the three? I think it was the three.
Era, Mindfreak, and TK. Yep.
Yeah. And so going into it, like multiple people said, okay, Era should be a little confidence boost for the OpTic guys. Easy win. You know, they haven't like had the best results of what they expect at least, so it should be an easy win. You know, we started off looking good. I believe it was actually a reverse sweep because
we were up 2-0.
We won the hard point, and then we're like, okay, if Era's going to win, any team Ricky's on, always like no one really says it, but everyone knows like Ricky's like whatever team he's on is like an S&D god team. And we took the S&D off. Look convincing.
Like,
dude,
okay, easy dubs.
Dude, oh my god, dude, like, it happens all the time with this team. Obviously they lost the rest of them. CTF, like when we lose, I feel like we always win in a terrible fashion. I feel like we're always getting blown out. We did terrible on CTF. We couldn't control streaks. Actually, from that game on, I don't think we were able to do anything with streaks. And then basically it got down to the hard point, and I'm like, okay, hard point because we lost CTF. The S&D, they're a good S&D team. It got down to the last hard point, and I'm like, okay, this is fine. And what's the name of the map? Saint Dumont or something like that?
Saint Mary Dumas.
Yeah, whatever that is. And dude, like, I'm not sure if every like choke hardpoint game I feel like is always on this map.
Yeah.
And it pissed me off. That's where we lost our red reserve. And dude, like we had it. We had the game and we lost it again. And I'm really fucking pissed off. Like, if you're gonna lose, lose. Don't look super good in the first two games and then the League of Legends game against FlyQuest hurt me enough. I couldn't take
You and me both.
But I mean, like, did you guys watch that live, that game?
No.
Yeah, I watched all of them. And honestly, to be honest, I think that was just like we came out with a rough start because I think we definitely showed that we're stronger, and I think we just came out, underestimated them, and didn't play very well. And you just saw like we played better against Mindfreak, and then we played TK, and we like dominated. So honestly, I think it was just a rough start to the week, and I think this team's still solid. I mean, we beat TK 3-0, and I mean TK. We can talk about TK in a little bit, but yeah.
Yeah. Let's talk. I mean, like, Mindfreak, I feel like was also supposed to be an easy win, which
it kind of was. I mean, S&D can always go in up. So I thought we were still pretty comfortable on it.
Speaking of that, do you think we have a game mode that we're good on? Like, that's our game mode. You know, like, one year it might have been like S&D that we're really good on. You know what I mean? In previous games, it's been the hard point that has been our game. Dude, I don't know. I don't feel comfortable on.
Yeah, I don't feel that confident on the game.
Yeah, like, I remember, like, when this team first formed, they said, okay, you should just start off 1-0 down against OpTic, right? Because they had it. Those teams are good on S&D, that they win S&D. Even against, like, Era, though, where you'll take one. I have no idea what maps or what game modes we're good on. And I'm not sure if they do, which is scary, because you gotta know your strengths and weaknesses.
Agreed.
But then it's all weird because we play against TK, who have proven to be a good team throughout the season, and then we 3-0 them. Now, unless what Jordan is saying is correct, which I kind of agree with, I think by the end of the year it will it will be obvious that as the cycle of this game goes on and people's like gun skill, people's knowledge of the game continues, their skill isn't going to be enough and they're going to fall off. I'm not sure if this is part of it, but I'm going to take the 3-0 against TK as a big confidence boost.
Yeah.
What do you think? Do you think what do you think about going 1-2 in these 3 matches against the teams that we won and lost against? Is it good, mediocre, bad? Should we have gotten the 3-0?
We should have gotten the 3-0, yeah. But it's not the end of the world. As long as we still make play, we have to beat everyone if we get to the playoffs anyway. I think it'll be interesting if we beat Red. If we fall sweep on next week, then we'll be in a good situation.
We're still in a good spot now. Do you know where we stand on the rankings right now?
Second,
yeah. Okay, so we're still in a good spot. I remember beforehand we weren't sure how the team was going to perform. Last the first couple matches we had, we did better than most people expected, and we put ourselves in good position. So I think we'll make playoffs. But I don't know. Maybe it's the game. Maybe I don't like the game, but I just
it's kind of boring to watch.
We were talking about it earlier, right? When we were talking about some of the PUBG stuff. It's when a team, when a game, there's more to it, so one team can be dominant at it. I feel like any game, any team can win, which in one sense is good for the scene because who's gonna win? You don't know. But then it feels random sometimes. Someone might get a god spawn. Someone might get a god spawn and you can't break it. And I'm not sure, but since this game we've had streaks in other games. Do you think streaks have a place in this game?
I think they're too easy to get and they're too influential. Make them more difficult to get and make them a tiny bit less influential, and that'd be different. Look at Black Ops 3. You had some streaks that were really hard to get, but once you got them, they were super influential. If sometimes you'd see in Hardpoint people put out a Cerberus, and that was super influential on the map. But at the same time, once you put it down, you could only really use it on one hill, and it was still really difficult to get the Cerberus, you know.
And I feel there were counters. There was a counter to every streak.
EMP.
In EMP, you couldn't use it. We've seen people shoot down Hellstorms.
Yeah. Oh yeah. At formal. Throwback. Look into the sky, bro.
Yeah, and I don't know. I just feel watching it. I'm not trying to make an excuse oh we would have won if it wasn't for streaks, but when one team has streaks, you're just screwed. It snowballs, right? Because then you die, you have to push, you have to overextend, and then it just turns into something and it snowballs down. Like I said, every game of CTF we've lost, I feel has been a blowout. Yeah. I feel streaks is a reason. And I know oh well then just get the streaks first yourself. But I feel it shouldn't come down to that. I feel it should come down to who can shoot your gun better, what Call of Duty is supposed to be.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. I've not been enjoying World War II. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't know what it is about this game. I've kind of not found. I found it fun at the start, but now it's just kind of boring to play almost.
Yeah, agreed. I feel the same way.
I don't know what it is.
This is the first COD game I haven't bought. I played the beta. Maybe originally I said, well, I just don't know which one to get it on. I'll wait to see if I want to play. I just haven't bought it.
I love the beta though. I don't know what it was. I just kind of I started playing it for the first few weeks and then it just kind of got boring and repetitive. I don't know whether that is because we got considerably less maps, or I don't know. But
do you think
it just feels.
Oh, you don't know.
Do you think it's the state of games right now? I mean, the streak that has everything that the other games did. I mean, if we brought COD 4 or Modern Warfare 2 back, right, and put it up against games now, do you think people get bored of it too?
I'm unsure because at that time that was kind of the big game. But now I know we got Fortnite and stuff, but I don't know if that's going to affect it because I enjoy playing Fortnite, but I wouldn't want to play it fucking all day.
I can play Fortnite all day.
I find it tilling.
I can play Fortnite all day.
So tilling.
Tilted Towers?
Oh, bro.
That's a place in.
I have nightmares.
Anyway.
Yeah.
What do you guys? Okay, let's all make predictions for now. We're almost at the end. Where do you think we're gonna end in the standing?
COD? What are we now?
Second.
How many games do you have to play?
4.
Who's in first place? It's like
Someone we
25.
have to play. I think it's
Someone
Red
we have to
Reserve.
play. Well, dunno.
Red Reserve or Rise. One of those.
I'm not gonna lie. I think we can make it first.
Second
but
or
I wouldn't be
third?
surprised. Yeah.
I say second. I don't think we'll come third, but I think we'll be second.
Yeah. I reckon we'll either stay second or we'll get first. I don't much more than.
I don't know.
to be
I don't know all the teams you have to play.
Rise, Echo Fox, Vitality, and Red Reserve.
That should be at least 2, maybe 3 wins.
Mm-hmm.
So I say second,
Okay.
unless we choke. I mean,
Same.
Error was supposed to be a win too, you know.
And but TK was supposed to be a struggle, so.
I don't know.
All right. Anyway, so
Uh,
talking about easy losses. I'm just kidding. So Dota, onto Dota, the world of Dota. Recently Dota was at a tournament, a big major in ESL 1 Katowice, and we finished 9th, 12th. Not great. We played some good teams though. We played Virtus Pro, lost to them 0-1.
Called it.
We played Complexity and beat them yet again. Why every time do we win a series do we lose the first match and then win the next 2? So we beat them in the loser bracket, and then we had to play Team Liquid. Like
I know.
We got such a bad draw. For
Out of
this.
all
we got a
teams,
trash
like
draw. But either way, we lost 0-2 to Team Liquid, and that was our tournament and dreams crushed. It's really not much to say. Honestly, we're an alright team, but just not that good. And we're gonna have to make changes if we want to be that good, you know. So I don't know what the right call is, but something.
You're expert.
where do you think Dota is? Like, we see like League of Legends making changes. Like, they say, oh well, you know, and League of Legends is hard to make changes with, you know, the long haul. But then we also see times where we like picked up an entire Halo team. Do you think Dota is like content where they are? Well, obviously you're not content if you're not in first. But what do you think like their game plan is? Do you think like they should make a change? Do you think that they should just try sticking out with this roster?
I mean, I don't know all the ins and outs, but what I heard is like.
You cut out. You cut out right there.
I don't know what I've heard. Like, I've heard stuff, and like, I don't know how good of an idea it would be to change our roster before the TI. I'm not sure when it is, but like, I think at least after the TI, when like teams who don't do as well at the TI as they thought they should, once that happens, try and like snag some of those players, and then kind of like rebuild a team around that. I feel like we don't have too many strengths in this team. I mean, there's a lot of things that want to be changed. Like, even in Dota, is really laid out very well. I think they should make a league, and I think they should make it more structured throughout the year.
Yeah.
I think they kind of just have random events here or there, headquarters here or there, stuff.
They definitely
Kinda
can
like
And then
too.
the
CS.
TI. Yeah, exactly. That's the same thing I feel about CS. They need to make like a LAN league, and they need to make like more structure, less
Team League
randomness.
was amazing. So to have something like that, like, would be
Well, the thing is, I think it's even like
solid.
worse than CS, because CS, like, I feel, I don't know, because like Dota has this new new major system, and there's a bunch of minors. I would rather have like even if they did stuff online, like CS has a couple online leagues, like play on the online league, go to this one, and then you have like, I don't know, they have that in Dota. I just feel like it's kind of unorganized.
Yeah.
I feel like they could do a little bit better, but I mean, to people that are more into the Dota community, I'm sure it makes sense. That I've been watching it for years. People probably say the same thing about Call of Duty, especially before this LAN league. Even the LAN league that Call of Duty has, it's
Pretty trash.
kind of funky. Yeah, it was weird.
I'd rather have them play all the stage matches on one weekend and then like go off. You know what I mean? Not just like come back halfway through.
Oh yeah, and like things could change in like that week, so I don't know.
Anyway, that's kind of all we can really say. I mean, they also placed that in the epicenter. I don't know really what to expect from this team. I don't really know what they should do. gonna kind of leave that up to OpTic, I guess. I'm sure they'll figure something out. But on to the Gears of War.
I
Gears of
mispronounced war with a W.
War.
Gears of
War.
Gears of Wars have placed 3rd/4th in the MLG 2K, where they lost to United not last week, but the
Which
week
is a
before when we
shocker now.
recorded.
Why? Win everything. They need to win everything.
Is just last weekend where they actually came first in the 2K. So they've returned the title of 2K champion as per usual.
I mentioned earlier, I am not scared. They lose one thing, especially online. I'm not scared.
Yeah, I'm not scared either. I mean, it's just one slip up, really, to be honest. So to me, it wasn't a big deal.
Not at all. I feel they're going to come back next week and win it. They did just come back from Mexico City, so that might have had an effect on them.
Mm-hmm.
United probably did, but if you just won an event, you don't really want to go full ham on a 2K.
Yeah, agreed.
Don't show all your strats, on a 2K.
Yeah. Saving strats for the major.
They have enough pro points, which is another broken system.
Yeah, definitely.
Pro points.
But let's not get into that today.
Not today.
But having said that,
so yeah, I mean, those are kind of all the esports that we had this week.
It was a pretty slow 2 weeks.
Did you guys watch? Really slow. Did you guys watch the OpTic plays?
Oh, I did. Yeah,
not.
I quite enjoyed it.
Like the content that it seems like they're doing.
I'm not sure if you guys remember. Like a couple months ago, I said, "Yo, what if they had like a series where they had a bunch of members from OpTic play together and something? They might even be able to get all of them together and playing Fortnite or something."
Wow, you are a genius. Please.
They should hire me and have me do it.
Jeez.
But yeah, OpTic content is coming out.
It's been good. Recall and the Focus, great. Oh, CS:GO they are gonna have their own documentary series, so that's.
Oh, I saw that as well. Yeah.
It was confirmed by Infinite Blackbeard, so that's good.
Then what's Vision going to be? You know what I mean?
Vision's going to be a mix. I think because CS deserves its own right. It's like such a big part of OpTic now.
The thing is though, like a lot of people care about the bigger esports. You know what I mean? So like, oh, if everything gets it, should COD get their own one? I mean, that's OpTic's thing. Maybe COD should get their own. Then what's Vision going to be? Gears, PUBG. You know what I mean?
I think COD shouldn't get their own one because it's not got that many events.
Yeah, agreed.
And it's all in America, whereas OpTic kind of go all over the place in CS. I know other games they do as well, but I just feel like CS kind of is big and it goes all over the place, and it's hard to keep track of them sometimes.
Okay, but still, even if we have all like the top esports out, like what's left of Vision? COD, which is what people are gonna watch it for. Halo, like both of them have been dying. Gears, I mean, I guess they've been rising, but they're not like
Overwatch.
Top. Overwatch was their own.
Right,
yeah,
that's true.
And then PUBG. Like,
yeah.
What's Vision?
I know what you mean. But,
yeah, I feel.
When was the last Vision?
Just time will find out for us. Like, it's so hard to know right now.
Did we talk about the Hitch situation last? That hasn't happened yet, has it? I mean, we didn't talk about the last episode.
No, yeah.
Can talk about that real quick.
I mean, it's kind of like it was a little bit after the last episode, but basically, Hitch. I mean, some people always complained with him before about it being late. Obviously, it wasn't always on him, but he put out an entire episode around the bar talking about the entire scenario. And basically, what happened was he got taken off of creating of the what was his position? It was like media producer manager or whatever. Like
something along those lines, like a manager.
He would produce stuff for Vision, for the OpTic gaming channel previously as OpTic Nation, and they took that title away, and then he put out an episode talking about it. Now the interesting thing I saw was that he said that he will no longer be doing Vision, but then Hex the next day put out a video titled, "Okay, put the pitchforks down," and he said, "No, Vision is still Hitch's."
Yeah, I think the whole situation was just blown out of proportions. Things went get him venting his frustrations, but something shouldn't have I'd been like put out there. I think Hex gave Hitch a lot of opportunities to do better. I do think it's the whole situation with like him asking for stuff that he thought would like make everything 100% perfect, and yet he didn't get it, and then all of a sudden once he was
Yeah.
gone, they had it, which I thought was a bit weird. And it is what it is. It happens in big organizations, and like it's mostly blown over. So at the end of the day, Hitch is just being a content creator, and content will move on. I don't think it's really gonna affect us that much. Um, Hitch will still, I'm sure, be a part of like helping it, and maybe someday down the line, once Hex thinks he's a bit more responsible, he will get some job like that. But for now, I can understand that Hitch is young. He still has a lot of maturing to do. So it's gonna be interesting. I think you just
I
gotta
just
wait
think
and
it
see and
all blew
just
out of
trust the
proportion.
process. Yeah, definitely.
Like it was only a small thing, and everyone's like, "Oh, OpTic's not a family anymore." When yeah,
Well,
it's
I think some
one
people did, but
small thing.
I still think it was a big deal that, like, I mean, especially in the scenarios. I mean, obviously we heard his side of the story, not as much from Hex's, but how it happened. I mean, it does kind of seem like a big deal. All of a sudden, it gets taken off. It feels like it's not his fault. He asked for the stuff like this. He was promised stuff like he thought Dallas was going to be something else, and I don't know. You could watch it where he explains it, but pretty much like he thought he should have certain opportunities. He asked for these things, and as soon as he's taken off, they get these things.
I know what you mean about that. Like, I do think that's a bit weird, but I think the whole situation was like better for Hitch in one way. I think it'll work out in Hitch's favor.
Yeah, I think he'll like
Because
content creation.
yeah, because like everyone loves his vlogs, and I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure he likes doing his vlogs.
Yeah, I
So
think
he'll
he'll be a
get
more
to like
popular. I think he'll be a more popular content creator than like
yeah, yeah.
Embos and Nick.
He can grow
Personally.
his own personal brand
Maybe not
rather than
Nick, but I
would.
hope Embers.
Yeah,
um,
but yeah, I hope he takes the opportunity, grows his own personal brand, and then like he like you said, he might even get back to it. But I just think it was an overreaction because if he had stayed on, like doing the OpTic Vision or OpTic channel stuff, then he'd have been busy 7 days a week, and he'd get no time to do anything like streaming or anything. So yeah,
yeah,
that's
I still
my
don't know what the 7 day content plan or whatever that is.
Well,
But
But we
hopefully
have
we'll
a
find out one day.
we have a 14-day content plan, so we will see you guys in 2 weeks.
Wait. One more thing. Tomorrow, I'm gonna put a thread out on the Reddit. Look out for it. Or today, whenever this goes up, it'll be at the same time as this. And we're gonna run a Golf with Friends tournament on Saturday, the 3rd of what month is it?
March.
March. Yeah, Saturday 3rd of March. It'll be on the Reddit and stuff, so look out for it. But yeah, heads up on that.
And we got other stuff coming. It is
Yeah.
coming. Like we said, just be patient with us and it'll happen. So just keep your eyes peeled.
When my internet comes, finally, fucking tired of being in this place.
But I think that's going I think that's going to do it for us this week. We will see you guys in 2 weeks, and hopefully it's a little bit more than the dry week we had this week. Until then, guys, we'll see you later.
Goodbye.
Bye.